Here's one. It seems as though those of us who believe are being conquered by the non-receivers. How do we survive as a minority and preserve earthly living?
What a fascinating question.
I thought so too.
I love that question. Mm. Yes. We are in the midst of a world that's dying. It's dying off. And the ancient Egyptians and the Hittikas and many other cultures say that this old world, this old era, as it is dying off, it's losing all of its energy and its potentials. And it just gets louder. It starts living more and more and more in fear and anger. And so it gets louder and louder and more bold and scarier, like bigger boogeyman, bigger boogeyman. It goes out with a bang. That's what my Egyptian teacher said. It always goes out with a bang. That doesn't mean it's bombs. It doesn't mean there's going to be a war. It just means that they get really, really loud and noisy and obnoxious, and because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose what they had, and they're afraid. They're afraid of change, and they just want what they've always had, and they want everybody else to suffer with it as well. So take what you see and what you hear on the media, whatever media that is, we've got a lot of them these days, with a really big grain of salt. A lot of it is not true. And a lot of it is just blown way up with a lot of fear and a lot of lies. And there's a lot of people who want to have a lot of attention, and they like spewing all of this fear mongering. Just, you don't have to blindly believe every single thing that you see and hear in the media. That's a real big piece of the teachings. We need to take a look at this blind belief stuff. We grew up in a culture, and we living in a culture that has been around for millennia, that's based on blind belief. In other words, it exists because the people are willing to blindly take on believing a certain idea without any question. Whatever it is, no matter what it is, a lot of this stuff is so crazy. It's so crazy, it's so stupid. Yet, that's part of the flavor of where we've been. Yeah, a lot of what weaves that old world together, has for millennia, is blind belief, and people willing to blindly believe whatever it is they are hearing and seeing, and what somebody's telling them. Take it with a grain of salt. And when we look at the story that I just told, we, all of us humans, all of us individuals, we are creators. We're a piece of creator. We have the ability to create. We are creating our own future. As individuals, we can see a big piece of that in our own individual lives. The things that we think we do, we believe, our behavior, our feelings, actions. We can, if you take a look and you're honest with yourself, you could see that you created where you're at. And this isn't a shame on you or any of that kind of stuff. There's no blame. This is just what we learned what to do and how to be. And we need to realize that this is a reality. We are participating in our lives. We're helping to create our own life around us as individuals. We are helping to create the whole world, the whole humanity, everything that we see on our planet. We are helping to create that. And if our thoughts, our feelings, our attention, our emotions are all focused in this old dying world and all the horrors that are being all blown up and splattered all over the media, and we're thinking about it, we're talking about it, we tell others about it, we keep thinking about it over and over. It's all that we do. We're spending all of our time and our interior time and emotions aimed at everything we hate, everything that we don't want in our world, in our lives. We're helping build it. Literally, literally, we are helping to build that world and keep it going another month, another year, another decade. We have an alternative. We can choose to aim our attention at anything else. We can choose to build a world, a future, and a current life. We can choose to build it exactly the way we would hope and dream. And we have to do that from the inside out. That means we have to focus our attention on the wonderful, beautiful, creative, exciting, loving things that are going to build this new world. We're the Atticus and the Egyptians used to say that this is the bridge time. We are living at the bridge time, the dying off of the old world, a new world being formed. And we are the ones building and designing the new world. Nobody else can do it for us. It isn't some magical world that's going to appear before us that we hop into and we are now in Oz. It doesn't work like that. We build it. But if you let yourself really think about that, all the things that you ever wanted your life to be like, your children's life to be like, the whole world out here, the whole world, everything in it, our government, our educational systems, our other kinds of institutions, the medical institution. If you've ever thought about how you would like to see that be different, now's the time to start thinking about how you want it to be. Don't think about how awful it currently is. We all know that. We've been there. We talked about it. You don't have to talk about it again, and you don't have to talk about it inside your own head again. All we have to do is move our attention, pull it out of the blind beliefs, pull it out of the old dying world and all of it, all of it. Don't think about it. Don't feel it. Don't feel it with your emotions. Don't sense it. Concentrate on what you want the world to be. What kind of a super world do you want the next world to be? We're the ones who have to dream that dream and build it. And it happens with each one of us. It has to happen inside ourselves. And it, kind of boils down to simple, masky, creepy stuff. which is always in sickness and death and everything icky, or a beautiful, heavenly, song filled, love filled, beautiful future that you want to see, that you want to experience. You want everything in your life to be that way. You want the world around you to be that way with those kind of details. You put your attention either there or you put your attention there. We have two choices. And it's also said that right now we have two timelines in front of us. We're at this edge, a precipice. What's that word? We're at a threshold. Precipice. We're there. And it's like we could take our attention, dive into the belly of the black egg, just dive into Osset Kemp's big black belly full of potentials and possibilities and what ifs, and find all the most beautiful things that we want our life to be, our world to be, the world we want to give to our children and our grandchildren and their children and their grandchildren. What do we want to build? And we concentrate on that. Stop feeding the old beast and feed the picture of the new world, the song world, unconditional love world, happy world. That's where we're at. And that's how you do it. Our attention is an astounding tool with an enormous amount of power. That's where our power is, our attention. And most specifically, how to focus our attention. How do you focus your attention? What are you going to focus your attention on? We have so much power. So much power. And if you want to do something like learn these teachings, you really start to learn about how much power we have access to. It's mind-boggling. And we can use that. We're using it every day, whether we know it or not. And what we're doing when we're asleep, we're using it to build and rebuild and maintain that falling apart, icky, warring world. So it's a matter of choice. What do you want to spend your attention on? Hedek has always said, you have two things. You have attention and you have time. So what are you going to spend them on? I hope that helps.